Hello there and welcome back to Murders on the Yangtze River. Now, last time we managed to solve the Murders in the Mist. Is it Murders in the Mist? The Mist case. I can't remember what it's called. It's either Mysteries or Murders and I can't remember which one it is. Either way, we solved it. Turns out that it was not Joseph, who I originally thought it was, because I don't trust him. He's got the wrong kind of vibe for me. I don't really know why. He's got Moriarty vibe and I don't know. However, was not him. It was actually Elle, someone who I didn't even think about, you know, that she was not even on my radar for being a suspect. And turns out that she was getting revenge for something that the family did to her, well, the family that she was deleting. They did something to her family, and she was getting revenge for that. And I'm not going to say it's a good motive, but it's an understandable motive to want to do that. Because, you know, your family bonds can be quite strong. And even if it's not blood family, like family that you make yourself, you know, your friends and stuff, it's a valid kind of, thought at the very least. Whether you act on that, it's up to you. I don't think you can fully justify revenge of that manner anyway. I don't think you can fully justify it, but it's understandable. At the very least, it's understandable to want to do that. That's the difference right there. So we managed to finish that one. We are now going to be heading into, I think, the fifth and final case. I have no idea where this one's going to lead. We still have our brother's murder to solve as well, which we had a little bit of dabble at the beginning when we first found the crime scene, and it's been discussed throughout the series, and we've never had any more about that. I'm kind of curious about it. I wonder if this last case is going to be tied to it. Yeah. So, that being said, please grab your favourite drinks and snacks, curl up somewhere comfortable, come hang out with me as we jump straight back into Murders on the Yangtze River. Enjoy, guys. Enjoy. Right, so here we are. We are after, well, basically where we left off last time. There's Joseph there. See, he's got a weird vibe to him. We should talk to him. What a whirlwind of ups and downs and twists and turns of events this evening. But you were on your toes, fast on the draw, and quite literally the cat's whiskers. Joseph, you need not hold your horses when learning idioms. You need to hold your horses when learning idioms. John, why would you say something like that so just suddenly so? Because slow and steady wins the race. Then could you evaluate my proficiency in idioms? It is out of this world and beyond belief. You bet your boots we go hand in hand. Alright, come on, Afu. I'm assuming you're joining me now. Let's talk to everyone on the way past. We're leaving the boat, I think, anyway. After this, it seems Miss Yangtze and Mr. Teman have lost their inheritance rights. If you didn't just bring it up, I didn't even notice that. That's why they say what goes around comes around. Teman dug his own grave, but Yangtze, if she ever needs money, as her brother, I won't stand by and watch. It's because she chose to become a magician. Performing magician, and that's against the rules of the inheritance, apparently. Oh, wait. I didn't realise, I've completely forgot what I hadn't mentioned back. Afu, why have you been following me around? Detective, my tongue is okay now, so I can speak without any problems. Great news. For the next few days, keep it a light diet, speak less, and rest your tongue. You're an amazing detective. You managed to crack such a difficult case. Actually, if it were not for Elle's eagerness for revenge, this case... At least all's well that ends well. You were able to string the evidence and testimonies that were likely like scattered fish balls. I don't even want to know about fish balls. Into an intricate and delicious fish ball skewer. Afu, you may as well speak your mind. I wanted to say that the work you do, detective, is extremely meaningful. If the truth behind the missing escort was exposed back then, this tragedy wouldn't have happened. Also, I got that completely wrong. The whole escort thing, I got completely wrong because I was thinking sex work, and it was actually bodyguard work, security work. I can't believe I got that wrong. So, I would like to be your assistant, detective. How can you be a detective's assistant when you faint at the sight of blood? Bloodstains are inevitable at the scene of murders. I've already come up with a solution. Look, detective. Rose-tinted glasses. Is this your new invention? This is a filter I made just for investigating cases. I tried it out already. With this on, blood won't make me squeamish. You really put your heart into it. So you agree, detective? I'll pack my things in a minute. I guess we'll take me along. I understand physics and I'm good at mechanical research. I bet I can help you in the future. Wait, okay, we're done. Sorry. I didn't realise we were done there. Are we talking about... Let's talk about Apuus himself. Detective, Missy and Chu seems to be waiting for you up ahead. She is, indeed. I want to speak to everyone, though. We were able to get to the bottom of this thanks to you, Mr. Shen. I was only able to get close to the truth through pure luck. Mr. Shen, there's one more thing I'd like to ask your help with. Please speak freely, Chip Astolo. Afu came to me and said he wanted to go solve cases with you. Afu shut himself in and made gadgets on this ship ever since his grandfather passed away. Now that he's willing to get off, I can't tell you how happy I am. But he's a simple and pure kid. I worry about him, so please, Mr. Shen, look out for him. Rest assured, Chef Astolo, I will take care of Afu in your place. Yes, we're looking after him. Miss Yin Chu, how are you doing? Mr. Shen, there's something you should know. Please go on, Miss Yin Chu. Elle said that she saw me speaking with Uncle Ling in private. It's the truth. Miss Yin Chu, what did Uncle Ling speak to you about? Well, it's almost Elle's birthday, so Uncle Ling prepared a yellow coat skirt as a gift. He embroidered the geese on the skirt himself and was just asking me if they looked like ducks. Uncle Ling loved Elle with all his heart. They were like a true father and daughter. How did things come to this? The location where Elle stabbed Ord Ling to death was next to the speaking tube. Yet Ord Ling did not resist nor call for help. He must have felt mixed emotions before he... Yin Chu, why don't you tell Elle about this? Perhaps it could resolve the feelings of estrangement in her inner heart. Don't judge a person before you walk a mile in their shoes. True, because then you'd be a mile away from them and you have the shoes. That's why. Miss Yin Chu, I approve of your decision. There are some grievances that cannot be resolved. By the way, Yin Chu, there's something I just can't understand. At the time, why were you willing to risk it all to put away that deck of poker cards? Other people may not know, but I know that you really don't care about your inheritance. Maybe I was just scared senseless by what I saw. Actually, when investigating the poker cards, I noticed something else that was odd. That must be the secret that Yangtze truly wanted to protect. Oh, okay, do we want to dig deep? Let's dig deeper. Point out the peculiarities of the poker cards. Right. It has to be something to do with the back. The backs of the cards. It is not surprising. Oh. Oh, wait. Well, the fact that that's a 3 of hearts and there's only 2 hearts on it. There it is. It's ace. Ace on the top corner, 3 on the bottom right hand corner. I heard that Unique Mo's most famous performance, Telepathy, uses poker cards. In this set of cards, the number of pips on some cards does not match the number on the corner. That must be the case. Fu, I believe that compared to fame and inheritance, what Mr. Yangtze truly cares about is how to protect the secret behind the magic trick. Mr. Shen, you're free to interpret this matter however you like. If you ever visit Shanghai, you're welcome to come watch our show. Of course. Secret safe with me, my dear. Wait, where we? Detective, the fog has cleared and the sun is up. There we go. Wrap that one up. See, there we go. Wrap that case up really quickly. To be fair, I probably should have added that to the last episode. However, I did overrun quite badly on that one. Because I knew I was coming up to the end of the case. And I still don't know what that writing means. This. Strange that there is no English translation. I'm probably be able to find out. Oh, we're back in the present. So, did Ellsworth's sentence reduction proceed in the end? Of course, Shen always keeps his promises. For her, it's kind of just as finely served. But I feel like something is still not quite right in this case. Miss Wen, please share your thoughts. Time. In theory, Elle considered murder after eavesdropping on Yangtze and Wu Timan's talk. But is it possible for someone to devise such a meticulous plan in such a short time? Valid point, actually. To plan ahead, how could she ensure all Wus aboard the ship? Miss Wen, you are indeed sharp, noticing even this detail. Shen, is there still a hidden aspect to this case? Indeed, someone has benefited significantly from this incident. Unfortunately, Elle decided to shoulder this on her own, and we can't find any other evidence.
Huh?
Is that person... Shen, Miss Wen, we've arrived in Yangtze. We're back in town. Someone's having a good old barbecue over there. Man needs an opportunity to give it a try. Bread it open successfully, hands-free. Yangtze's your hometown, isn't it? That's correct. You rarely mention it. The experiences here haven't been pleasant. Golden Words Publishing House is right ahead. Shen, let's go there quickly. By all means. Oh, hello. Mr. Shen and Mr. Shu, Mr. Shu. Welcome to Golden Words Publishing House. I am Fang Hanchu, the supervisor here. Hello, Miss Fang. Through your telegram, we have learned about the incident in Peril Town. Thank you both for uncovering the truth. Miss Liu was an outstanding editor, and her passing away is truly regrettable. We have published an article explaining Lo Shiwen's contribution to Lo Pei's novels. I hope this will provide some comfort to Miss Liu, wherever she is. Pi Cheng valued the reputation of the authors greatly and hopes that she is aware of it. Miss Liu would surely be happy about that. The rain gets heavier. Please come in and continue our conversation indoors. Mr. Shen, are you here to look for a specific book? May I know the title? As a no. I'm not sure about the exact title either. But according to Lo Shiwen, Lo Pei's The Confined Room Mystery borrows ideas from this book. The manuscripts that Pi Cheng has handled are plentiful. If we were to go through every piece of them, it would indeed take a long time. Mr. Shen, do you have any other information? This matter might be helpful in finding the book. You know, I don't remember. Are we just guessing? Are we just guessing here? I think we might be guessing. Lo Shiwen's accusation. Wait, can we have a look at that? That's a no. Oh, we're missing. That has to be a bird. That has to be a bird. We're going to be interrogating a bird again. That's me trying to find the original manuscript of the Confined Room Mystery of come to Yangtze. Yes, 22 as well. And he's 19. And a 40-year-old woman. I've given her such a good voice. Right, sorry. Distractions. Let's skip that. Right. I don't know if we could have some information about that. Lo Pei's visit. 6 months ago, Lo Pei visited the publishing house. He must have read the manuscript during that time. That time, it was me who invited Lo Pei to come, and I also took him to the archives. But I'm not sure which manuscripts he had gone through during his visit. Okay, the accusation. Did Miss Liu mention anything about Lo Pei borrowing ideas from others before she left Yangtze? Well, she mentioned that she wanted to verify something with him, but she did not provide any details. Why didn't she mention it at all? Pi Cheng is a cautious person. She never spoke without conducting thorough investigations first. This matter... Okay, Pi Cheng's work. I mean, a 1 of 3, a 33% chance. A 33.3% chance. What kind of work was Miss Liu busy with during her final days? Was any of her work related to the manuscripts? If I had to say, Pi Cheng had recently made a great effort to reread the rejected manuscripts.
What?
Why would she reread the manuscripts that have already been rejected? Previously, we didn't prioritize detective novels as a genre, so many submissions were rejected. But in recent years, detective novels have been increasingly popular among readers. Pi Cheng had hoped to discover more talented authors from within this genre. In other words, there may be some excellent novels that have been overlooked in the rejections. That's also very true. Exactly. Pi Cheng believed that the popularity of detective novels can bring great benefits. It showcases a rigorous mode of logical thinking and also encourages everyone to seek the truth. For readers constrained by the eight-legged essay, this is a refreshing change. What's the eight-legged essay? What Miss Liu was doing was indeed very meaningful. Maybe Miss Liu realised the ideas in Lopei's book were plagiarised while sorting the rejects. That's why she went to talk to Lopei. Sure, Miss Fang, could we take a look at those rejected manuscripts? They were all sent back to the archives room. Let me take you there. 15 minutes. It's a long time to wait. Or was it 15 minutes away? Strange. The rejected manuscripts that Pete Cheng had sorted through were supposed to be here. How could they have disappeared? They're gone! They're gone! Oh, sorry, I didn't realise that was a parrot. That was a wrong voice for a parrot. They're gone! They're gone! Wow, is the parrot talking? Praise me! Praise me! I don't think... Is that a parrot? Shooter, did you finish your meal? I'm done! I'm done! Mr. Shen, this is Wu Surely? Surely? I might be entirely wrong. I apologise if I butchered that. I probably did. Anyway, Mr. Shen, this is Wu Shuli, the archivist, and Chu is her parrot. If you need any assistance, feel free to ask her for help. I certainly will. Shuli, Mr. Shen and Fu are both detectives. They came to us to investigate clues, and we will do our best to assist them. Detectives? Cannot solve murder cases? Exactly. How interesting. I love it. This is actually the first time I've met a real-life detective. Alive? Alive? Actually, I'm a detective novelist too. My pen name is Appa. Wow, that's impressive. Can I read your books? I think Afu might be a little bit smitten with Wu here. I'm still crafting my stories. You know what? During our conversation, I suddenly got a great idea. A detective came in search of lost clues. What lay before him were piles of manuscripts. To find the crucial evidence from within, it was an unprecedented challenge. You haven't even started writing yet. Miss Liu organised some rejected manuscripts of detective novels. Do you know where she put them? We don't have a separate category for detective novels yet. Only narrative fiction, supernatural tales, legal stories, kung fu novels and romance fiction. Those rejected manuscripts were originally piled up messily on this table, but I spent 2 full days organising every single manuscript and they are now systematically filed. Praise me! Praise me! That's very unfortunate, because that's going to make it really hard for us. Just silence all around. Why does everyone look so unhappy? Well, looks like you'd have to search through each bookshelf one by one, Mr. Shen. It's done! It's done! It's all right. Afu, let's start searching from the leftmost bookshelf. Oh, I still don't have to do this. All right. We're having a time lapse here. We're just gonna rest back and chill for a bit while that's playing. Look at the time go. We literally read every single manuscript in this place. Or did we just skim it? Did we actually read the whole lot? As time goes by... If we wake up... we're busy. We're waking up. I have finished this stack. I will go and grab another stack. Fu? Wake up, Sheng. Come and eat. Fu sounds asleep. Let's not wake him up. Pile of books. These are all manuscripts that have been reviewed. I haven't come across any plot similar to the confined room mystery. Right, so we're not going left. We must be going right. Empty bookshelf. Whoa! What was that? Was that a person? It's so late. How could there be a child here? Was that a child? I didn't even... I just saw the half a move. I just saw movement, to be fair. Let me have a look. Are you going to jump scare me? How did I end up back here again? A fool's also disappeared somewhere. What's going on? Excuse me. We're not running anymore. Are we caught in supernatural? We are. We're back where we started. And books are back on the shelf. Back once again. The Confined Room Mystery, Chapter 5. Did we write the book? Did we write the manuscript for the Confined Room Mystery? I'm just going to continue going, right, all these books are back on the shelf. The bookshelf is filled with books. There seems to be one book that appears different from the others. Whoa, hey, hi, hello. Don't be afraid, it's me. Chung Pig, did you steal Dad's opium pipe again? Sorry. Where is it? I didn't realise it was, sorry, I read that, I didn't read the names, I thought it was the little kid speaking still. Don't make a sound, I'll go handle it. Dad, what are you looking for? Where is my money? Where's my money? We have been out of money at home. You've sold off everything. Who said there was no money left? Where did that little rascal go? The manager of the theatre will come pick him up in a few days. As long as he behaves and goes with that person, it's quite a sum of money. Did you really sell your child to the theatre? You're insane. After raising you for so many years, it's time for you to slowly filial piety. Show filial piety. I don't know what that is. Is it familial piety? Spelled wrong? I don't know. Whoa, hey, hi. So you were hiding here all along? Run quickly. What the heck is going on? What's going on right now? Shen, run. Don't trip. Don't trip. Don't trip. I don't like it. Can we jump? Are we supposed to be jumping? Are we supposed to be jumping? Wait. Okay. Oh, wait, we don't need to hold the run button. Up. Can't go up. We're just dodging. We're dodging all the stuff. Okay. You kind of just threw me into this at random. We've never done like this anything in this game at all before. Run, kid. Up. Down. Up. Nope. Down. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Through the door. Through the door. We made it. I don't even know what the heck that was. Yeah, I understand, kid. I understand that look on your face. You just hide in the wardrobe. That's fine. They'll never find us. May I come in, Chung Ping? Wait, is that my mental break? Because we've been talking to... Throughout the game, we've been talking to someone else. Like, had visions of like a... Looked like an evil version of myself. If you don't let me in, then I'll have to perform a magic trick for someone else. Close your eyes. Open your eyes now. Cool. Do you like it? This is fluorescent powder. Glows in the dark. Chunping, have you heard the story of the little monkey? One evening, a little monkey was playing by the pond. He saw the moon reflected in the water and reached out to touch it. Ripples appeared on the water's surface and the moon disappeared amidst the ripples. The little monkey was shocked, thinking that it had shattered the moon. Actually, it was just a reflection of the moon in the water. The moon disappeared because it was covered by clouds. Chungping, that thing is not your fault from the beginning to the end. Even if dark clouds cover the entire sky, you still have your own shining star. Chungping, I recently found a method that might be able to cure your aphasia. I can't remember what's aphasia again. I read in a medical journal that excessive fright may cause tongue retraction, leading to hyoid dislocation and speech impairment. Oh wait, that's what it is. If the hyoid bone is repositioned using a clamp, speech function may be restored. I know those doctors all said that you would never be able to speak again, but I won't give up. Can I give it a try? Chungping, please try to open your mouth as wide as possible. Now, slowly stick your tongue out. Very good. But brother, it hurts. If unconscious trauma cannot be released or healed, they may result in the emergence of different cells to avoid confronting internal conflicts. Is that where the other person comes in his head? The evil version of himself? This is one of the psychological defense mechanisms for self-protection. It's DID, I think it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's DID. What are you reading? Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams explores the origin and treatment of mental disorders. Mental disorders? I want to understand the psychological reasons behind opium addiction and find ways to treat it. No wonder you have been reading medical books lately. Opium is rampant nowadays, causing harm not only to our family but also to countless others. already drugs available on the market for quitting opium, aren't there? Most of the opium cessation medications are placebos, expensive yet with minimal effectiveness. Therefore, you want to find a truly effective treatment? In one of Freud's articles, I learned about a plant called croc. I don't know why I read that as cronk there when I pull the lever, cronk. Right, Freud utilised extracts from it to treat conditions such as depression. If this could help with opium addiction, then the tragedy of our family would not be repeated. I don't know why I always thought Shen's brother was similar in age, like only a couple of years. It seemed to be quite a few years. We're moving. In the dark. Is he fishing? Brother, how much longer do we have to wait? Fishing's so boring. That's why it's good, to a degree. That is one of the main reasons why it's, good. It's to remove yourself from the hustle and bustle of the world and just relax a little bit. Shh, I caught one. Don't let the fish escape. When the fish bites the hook, don't rush to reel it in. Be patient and wait. I read that as Shen there for some reason. Just now. It's a mandarin fish. Let's go home. Tonight I will make steamed mandarin fish. That's great. We have fish to eat. We're just going through memories right now. The northern part of Russia is adjacent to the Arctic and has snow throughout the year. Every day feels like winter. It's freezing cold. Is there a place where it's always summer? Equatorial Africa, such as Congo, experiences scorching heat and harsh conditions. Brother, where are you going to study medicine? Right here in London, the capital of the UK. We're moving again. You two young gentlemen have great talents. Especially younger Shen obtained a government scholarship for studying abroad. Let's take a photo today to commemorate the two of you. Once the two of you return, you will surely achieve great success and accomplish great things. Our photography studio can also share in the glory. Relax, don't move. Oh wait, I grew up. He doesn't look like he'd grown up. Are we going to be solving our brother's murder? Brother, who in the world murdered you? Whoa. Again, that's very bright. Oh, I'm blind. I'm blinded. Alright, so we've gone paranormal. We've gone supernatural here. Hi. This took a bit of just a bit of weirdness. Just a bit of weirdness. How many times have you returned to this point? I have not counted. The 1121st time. 3 years, almost every night you've been here. But you still haven't found the answer. As time goes by, your memory is fading. Don't stand in my way. I will definitely uncover the truth behind my brother's murder. Then I guess you have no time to lose. Alright, let's have a look at the body outline. I've already observed this place. Should we take another look? Yes. What are you? An asbestos mesh with burn marks on it. Asbestos in the middle has been replaced with wax. The only key to the room was found grasping my brother's left hand at the time of death. There were only my brother's fingerprints on the key. An unburned scrap of paper made of oiled paper. Blood on there. That one right there. Many paper ashes scattered around the chair and on my brother's body as well. My brother was murdered on Ghost Festival Day, also the anniversary of our father's death. Alright, are we finished here? Whoa, hey, left curtain. Skylight. The skylight is very high, needing a ladder to reach it, and has also been locked from the inside. The glass has a thick layer of accumulated dust, and there are no traces of being touched. The police speculate that Brian caused the window scorch marks in experiments. Is that door being banged on there? We're glitching. We're glitching. The police office. Are we in our head right now? Are we in our head right? We have to be on our head trying to solve this case. The memory isn't pleasant. Do you want to proceed? Yes, we'll have to proceed. This is all the case files here. You can take your time reviewing here. I'll go get the paperwork ready for your signature. Oh, thank God, it's finally coming to the end. Right. Let's have a look here. On the afternoon when my brother was murdered, Toby Cheng was studying in the library. The library administrator, George, confirmed that Toby Cheng had a clear alibi. Do we want to reread this back one? Or we're just gonna skip that? The appendix of the case file shows the police's investigation on Stone Wu. Stone Wu is a close friend of Brian and has said that they had a heated argument in the past. Stone Wu suddenly left the UK the day before Brian's death. Police were unable to reach him. No one knows why he suddenly left, but this also serves as his alibi. The departure record in the appendix led the police to exclude him as a suspect. Appendix 3. Overbroke. I don't know who that is. Auntie Cheng. Sorry, it's Auntie Cheng, that's who it is. Auntie Cheng said that she sat at the gate all afternoon. Coffee shop staff confirmed this as fact. Auntie Cheng mentioned brewing her herbal medicine herself. Upon investigation, she was found to have fatal illness with only 1 year at most to live. Morse code paper reel. This is the Morse code paper reel Officer Jones found at the crime scene. The center of the paper reel is a hexagonal groove. One end of the paper's tape has been folded over, forming a strange bend. The inner side of the paper tape is quite sturdy and shows signs of wear and tear. The paper strip is filled with dots and lines, which are Morse code. Okay. So we've got that. And we've got the police have deciphered the telegrams. So that are those the telegrams on this thing? Read it. Here are 5 telegrams from Mr. Bell to my brother, starting 2 weeks before the incident. Adjusted medication proven effective in small trials. Congratulations. Not your fault, no need to blame yourself. Drug development challenging path. Keep going, I believe success awaits. Optimism needed, assistance offered any time. Stay positive. Understand concerns, office meeting tomorrow 9 AM. So his research has probably went further down the path. Can we go that way? No. Case file query. Okay, got more information. Police interrogation manuscripts. The subjects being Toby Cheng, Mr. Bell, and Mr. Cheng. Whose transcript do you want to read? Toby Cheng's. Officer, I'm a distinguished graduate of UCL. How could I possibly commit murder? Your status in the world does not mean that you are exempt from being a murderer. The only exemption is to not have murdered someone. There's a competition between ye and the victim, Brian Shen. Besides, you were the last one to see him before Brian returned to the apartment. I did see him, but you can't condemn me as guilty just because I saw him, right? Whether you're deemed guilty depends on your answers to the following questions. Quarrel. On the day of Brian's death, August 15, someone claims to have seen ye two arguing. We had no argument. It must have been someone trying to smear my name. I can explain that. At 9 AM that morning, I was going to the Wandsworth library to borrow books, passing by Pimlico. I saw Brian coming out to Mr. Bell's office building, and I greeted him, but he pretended not to hear. I was angry. I grabbed him to confront and discuss the situation. Just because you greeted him and he didn't respond? Not exactly. Mr. Bell's research project should be mine. He stored it away. Not only shamelessly took my project, but also deliberately ignored me. Wasn't that infuriating? So you got into an argument with him over that? I didn't. He seemed absent-minded, not responding as if he couldn't hear what I was saying. Later, someone looked our way, so I let him go. There was no argument at all. Whether you're deemed guilty depends on your answers to the following questions. Proof of being absent. Where were you between 1 and 3 in the afternoon that day, and what were you doing? I spent the entire afternoon studying at the library, then returned to the lab in the evening. Is there someone who can vouch for you for your whereabouts? The librarian named George can testify for me. Okay, other suspects. I'm not going to read that every time. You ken of others who might bear a grudge against Brian? That you ken, I think, is you know. Do you know any of it and any others? I wouldn't know. I'm usually focused on my academic pursuits and don't mind others' business. Mr. Cheng, please cooperate with our work. I really don't know. Only one time I overheard him having a heated argument with Stone Wu. What's the relationship between Stone Wu and Brian Chen? Do you ken why they had an argument? They're friends. Stone often borrowed money from Brian. Their argument might have been related to money, but I'm not so sure about the specifics. But I heard Stone recently made a fortune. Moreover, he hurriedly returned to China the day before Brian's incident. Definitely fishy. We'll verify. Whether you're deemed guilty depends on your answers to the following questions. We have no more questions. Okay. So, Watson Bell. I see that Stone Wu's isn't there. Oh, sorry. They already said they couldn't reach him. Mr. Bell, sorry for the trouble. After all, Brian was a researcher in the project I funded and a friend of Joseph's. Oh, that's Joseph's dad, I'm assuming. I I will do everything I can to bring truth to light. Get funding the program. Heard this funding project is about opium cessation drugs. Opium cessation medication is one of Watson Pharmacy's core businesses. We have always placed a strong emphasis on research and development in this area. In fact, the person we initially funded wasn't Brian, but his classmate, Toby Cheng. Unfortunately, Toby had lofty ambitions but little progress after 6 months. Joseph introduced me to Brian. He was facing pressure from the Sassoon family due to his research. The Sassoons benefit greatly from the opium trade. They will by no means stand idly by. Sassoon family could they be involved? When I saw his research progress, it only strengthened my determination to support him. Also, the reason Brian studied pharmacy and aspired to develop better opium cessation medication was because his family was ruined and devastated by opium. I believe he is the most suitable person to carry out this research. I will do everything I can to bring the truth to light. Okay, office dispute. Someone hear you have an argument with Brian in the office in the morning of August 15. At 9 AM that morning, I had arranged to meet Brian for coffee to talk about his recent conditions. How has he been faring recently? The research faced some difficulties and Brian was feeling quite down about it. I encouraged him to hold on, but he suddenly became very agitated, so we ended the conversation. It wasn't like his usual self. I intended to talk to him someday later, but how long has he been in this condition? In fact, during that period, his condition was quite worrisome. He became very pessimistic. In hindsight, I should have kept him a bit longer. I deeply regret that now. I will do everything I can. Proof of absence. Where were you between 1 and 3 in the afternoon on that day? There was a pharmaceutical industry seminar that afternoon. I was invited to deliver a speech. Understood. Your alibi is solid. For now, that's all. Officer, may I add a few more details? Please do. Aye, of course. Please go ahead. Brian's research on opium cessation medication touched upon the interests of certain groups. I don't want this case to be overly influenced by external factors affecting police judgment. I also trust that the details of the case be kept confidential. Aye. I will do everything I can. Alright, so we've got one more of these to do. Cheng Ming-Ye. You police, let bad guys go. Bother us old lady instead. Mrs. Cheng brought you in for questioning because on the day you were only one at the scene, suspecting me as murderer just like that? Which fool would murder in their own home? Someone defending the home. Although it would be technically classed as self-defense, not murder. Depends who you ask. Miss Cheng, if you... Ridiculous. Dare you stop me brewing my medicine. Curing illness, extending life. I'll try to keep it brief. Proof of being absent. Where were you between 1 and 3 in the afternoon on that day? You ask where I was? I was at Hungry Ghost Festival. Taboo to go out that day. Soak up sun, dispel bad energy. Been sitting in front of the house, sun of myself. You foreigners understand or not, on that day Ghost Gate opens. Avoid going out. I'll try to keep it brief. Other suspects? During that time, did anyone else enter? Of course not. No one comes in without my permission. No one's getting in there any day. Besides you police, who else like barging into others' homes? Did anyone else you think might have... Yes, 2 guys tracking Brian. They've been staring at my house. I was spoken to folk across the road and nobody laid eyes on the pair you mentioned. James and Mary from the cafe next door said the same thing. Are ye... I'm sure I didn't see wrong. I'll try to keep... Okay, we actually have no more questions for you either. That was a very short interrogation. It won't look anymore. We've done that. Oh, details. We have a lot of information in here. This is an overview of the case. The police conducted an investigation of each suspicious individual, but they all had alibis. It's a locked room and the only key was in Brian's hand, which led to the conclusion of suicide. With Sergeant Joseph urging, the police conducted several additional rounds of investigation. Police visited places that Brian frequented, such as St. Mary's Hospital, Ceviche Restaurant. However, no conclusive evidence was found that could overturn the aforementioned conclusion. Here is attached a layout map of Auntie Cheng's house, as well as photographs of the crime scene. Should I recall the situation at the crime scene again? Do we need to? I'm going to go yes, but I don't think we need to. Let's have a bit of a look. A book has been taken from the desk. However, it cannot be determined if it was missing before or after the incident. Class photo. Photo of my brother with his classmates taken by Joseph. One person in the photo is Stone Wu and the other person is Toby Cheng. Candle. There are several candles on the floor arranged in the shape of the Big Dipper. Each candle has been firmly fixed to the floor with wax. Two of the candles have a shallow scratch on their sides. Strange. Telegraph machine. This is the telegraph machine on the table. There are traces of it being used on that day. The Morse code paper reel we found should be fitted in the hexagonal area on this tap. Other than that, no other abnormalities were found on the machine. Stool. There was a small stool placed between the desk and the candle arrangement. The stool is very small with a height of less than 20 centimeters. During the incident from 1:40 to 2:30 PM, cafe staff heard constant phonograph sounds. They were playing the Peking Opera's 7-Star Lamp. And a lab bench. We've already observed the items on the lab bench. Take another look? No, I think we're fine. We're not going to find anything else here, I don't think. Police office. I think that victim details, may as well have a look at that. This is the autopsy record of Brian, and the autopsy was personally conducted by Joseph. The report mentions it can be inferred that the time of death was between 2 and 3 in the afternoon. The victim died from hemorrhagic shock caused by a weapon piercing the left pulmonary artery. Body in a contorted position, suspicion of strychnine poisoning, but no toxins were detected. Bruisings on fingertips with wood shavings in the nail folds. Healed wound on right foot. No other injuries were found, indicating no signs of probing wounds. In addition, paper ashes found upon the body and wax strips found on clothes. Look at map. There's a map on the wall showing police jurisdiction boundaries. Red lines on the map connect to different crime scenes. Auntie Cheng's house is located in Area A under the jurisdiction of Westminster Police Department. Does that help me out at all? There are thousands of letters piled up on the bookshelf. Surprising, those are letters from the infamous Jack the Ripper case. Among them, some provide information and some are claimed to be written by the killer. That's kind of cool. Are we going to solve that? Is Jack the Ripper responsible? A copy of the Times on August 16th. The headline is about a fire incident. London St Mary's Hospital on fire last night, resulting in the tragic death of 20 patients. The fire broke out on the second floor around 9 PM and quickly engulfed the entire building. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Okay. Oh wait, I didn't look at the key. The only key to the crime scene room was held in my brother's left hand during the incident. After examination, it was found that the key only had fingerprints belonging to my brother. A photo of the key, distinct Oriental style as in appearance, intricate craftsmanship. This key has a side cut mechanism, making it difficult to duplicate. And then lastly, murder weapon. This is the dagger that took my brother's life. The blood on it has already coagulated. As Officer Jones mentioned, compared to a regular dagger, this dagger is lighter. The police have found 2 fingerprints on the dagger, and both of them belong to my brother. Interestingly, both fingerprints are located at the end of the dagger handle. There are also slight scorch marks on the ring at the end of the dagger handle. So it had some business to do with fire. Oh, we're done in here. We had a good old search. Mr. Shen, this is Sergeant Gaunt in charge of investigating your brother's case. Family of the deceased, the investigation into this case is done and dusted. Sign here. Sergeant Gaunt, I can't sign it yet. What you say? My brother would never kill himself. You question the police, are you? Absolutely, yes. No, I just feel that... Mr. Shen, we hold your brother's case in the highest regard. Very seriously. Suicide's a conclusion reached after meticulous investigation and careful consideration. Whether Joseph or the more experienced Sergeant Gaunt, both are on board with this conclusion. AG collect the remains. No signature, no go with the rest of the bleeding paperwork. My brother would never commit suicide, but if I sign this paper, it means this case is closed. I cannot sign so easily like this. Brian, what have you been through? This feeling. It seems something is wrong. Mr. Shen, are you feeling unwell? A voice tells me that there is an inconsistency between a certain item I saw earlier in the documents in my hands. Wait, murder? I mean, wait, what were the documents? A homicide occurred at St. Riley Street. 7 candles. I mean, there's a connection there. 7-star lamp, 7 candles, in the form of the Big Dipper, 7 stars. Right. To be fair, I don't particularly know. I don't know what we're trying to coincide. What are these details? The documents in his hands or the murder? Okay, wait, is it the... Map showing police jurisdiction boundaries. This Cheng's house is in the jurisdiction of Westminster Station Area B. It highlighted, when you're looking at the paper, it highlighted B. So the police don't have jurisdiction here. Has to be that. Because it looked at the B, and obviously it had to have been focused on that for some reason. Officers, I noticed that the letter B is marked on each folder. Is this the police station's code or identifier? Aye, that's our station code. We're mainly responsible for security in Kensington. The map indicates the house where the murder occurred is located in the city of Westminster. On the map, Westminster is labelled with the code A. You question if we ain't got the authority? I'm just raising a reasonable doubt. I've mentioned to you before, we received the initial distress telegram. That day I showed Joseph the distress telegram. He kent the address, so we went together. The person who sent the telegram is crucial. He is likely a key witness. We should continue. It seems a locked room, and the only fingerprints on the murder weapon are your brother's. Just these two bits alone are enough to peg it as a suicide. Unless you can cough up some proper evidence, go and get out my sight. Brother, what is a detective? A detective's like an adventurer who ventures into various places, but they always manage to spot details that others may overlook. Perhaps there are some details I have overlooked. If you claim my brother stabbed himself, this piece of evidence seemed peculiar. Scorch marks on the handle. Scorch marks on the handle. It's got a ring on the end of it as well. Officers, something still puzzles me. The fingerprints found on the dagger belong to my brother's left index and thumb. And the fingerprints are located at the end of the dagger handle. It seems that he wasn't gripping the dagger but rather holding it between his two fingers. The other thing I'm thinking maybe, because there's a scorch mark on there, right? And there's a ring on the end. Have a look at the evidence. There's also several long cotton threads soaked in kerosene, a small brush inside. So I'm gonna try and piece this together based on what we've got right now. Skylight. Maybe he was poisoned by strychnine and incapacitated in that position, obviously, but not deceased. Then the murderer in the skylight, scorch marks on the frame, lock show signs of rust, hasn't been opened for years. I do wonder if they'd hooked on a string, one of the string, like so, on the hand or something, because it doesn't look like it's been opened. Maybe someone's been in prior, maybe because it doesn't look like it's been opened. So they've set up, whoever the killer is, has set up the thing so that the dagger Where were the dagger was hung from the skylight handle via one of these kerosene strings. I don't know how it was set fire though, but he was poisoned, contorted paralysis with the strychnine poison, and then the fire, something set fire to the thing, maybe from outside, maybe. Set fire, which set fire to the kerosene rope or string, which then burnt the rope away and the knife fell straight into him. That's a pretty thin theory, but that would explain the scorch marks on the hand, on the ring of the knife, the scorch marks on here on the frame of the skylight, and would explain the bottle of kerosene with long threads soaked in it. Candle. Wait. Candle on there. And that being held. Maybe the candle was being held up the top as well. But why? Maybe that's the flames to the fire source to set the kerosene strings on fire. Sorry. Get distracted. In this position, how could he have stabbed himself with the chest in the dagger? Clearly that ain't the way he held the dagger when he offered himself. But if he had held the dagger in a different way, there should have been more fingerprints left. Not necessarily. We speculate your brother held the dagger through his shirt sleeves. No fingerprints were left. If he intended to kill himself, why would he avoid leaving fingerprints on the dagger? That's very valid. That doesn't matter. Everything matters. You. Mr. Shen, didn't get upset. We're not trying to take things difficult for you deliberately. The detail you question, even if it's in doubt, doesn't change the conclusion. It was a locked room, door. Locked room. Door, window, skylight, all locked from inside. The only key was in your brother's hand. There's no second person who could have committed the act in such a situation. Are there truly no other possibilities? Truth about the locked room. We're brainstorming. Click the top left to bring it. Okay, we're doing brainstorm up here. Is there a possibility that the killer had copied a key in advance? Introduce the locked room method. Okay, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm not entirely sure. Right. Mr. Shen, I already told you. That looks like me. Key that was in your brother's hand was the only key to the room. It's not that difficult to duplicate a key. You know nothing about your own ignorance. So obvious that the police would have overlooked it. The key features a unique Eastern design which he has seen in the case file. I consulted several locksmiths to verify this, and none of them can replicate exactly. Is it really true? But why would Andy Cheng's house use such complex keys and locks? The reason is not important. What's important is that this turns a crime scene into a locked room. There may be other possibilities that exist. Perhaps the killer locked the door and then somehow returned the key. Through the door. And then the other one was through the window, wasn't it? Most likely the key was returned through the door. Indeed, the door is usually the only entrance and exit point of a room. I However, how could the killer return the key to the victim's hand throughout the door? Using a mechanism. The killer may have used certain items in the house to construct a mechanism. A mechanism? What kind of mechanism could accurately deliver the key back into the victim's hand? Firstly, the killer would need to use an item to connect the key to my brother's hand. Hold on. Did he have... Where's his report? Bruising on fingers. If something had hit his fingers, there would have been bruising, wouldn't it? I mean, we had that as well, didn't we? What? Groove in the middle, paper strip is bent back at one end. That was bent back on itself, wasn't it? Could that hold the key? That would... If it was put on in reverse, then led out with the key on the end of it, it would activate the Morse code thing and it would reel back in instead of reeling out. Yes? I'm going to try that, because that's the only other thing that could be used. So I thought string, but obviously that's the only other thing that could be used, and we'll give it a go. The killer likely used this Morse code paper reel to bring the key into the house. Morse code paper reel? The inner side of the paper strip is dirty and shows some signs of wear. I suspect that these marks are caused by the paper strips being dragged on the ground. Not feasible. First of all, the orientation of the telegraph machine is an issue. Paper reel on the telegraph machine is facing towards the table, not towards the door. Furthermore, the telegraph machine, the victim, and the door do not align. There's not only a difference in angle, but also a difference in height here. Now you tell me, how could the killer use the paper strip to return the key back to your brother's hand? The paper strip is not enough. The killer should have used some of the other items in the room as well. Which items exactly make up the mechanism, and how do they work? I need to organise my thoughts properly. Right. Killer likely created a mechanism using the paper strip and some other items in the room. To return the key back to my brother's hand, I need to figure out these items. Are we in a specific order here? Well, I'm going to say the machine. Machine at the end there. I don't know if these have to be in order. The reel to the hand, and then the stool, and then what's the last thing? What's the last piece? Would it be the kerosene? Maybe that. In that case, the key would be pulled straight back without passing through Brian's hand. Might have been needed to change the direction of the key's movement. Oh wait, is this the... Are we failing? We have failed. I said it before, questioning the police conclusion, just a waste of time. Stop acting like a clown and accept the truth. Frustratingly close to the truth, just one step away. Another failure, huh? Try again. Yes, let's try again. Attach that to the key, and then that drags to his hand. Stool. Arranged on the ground in the shape of the Big Dipper, two shallow scratches on their sides. One with kerosene marks. I mean, candles? Because if they were used... Do we have to put... Are these in the, do we have to put these in the right order? So would that be doors to change the direction of the item? Those either go around in that kind of shape, if you know what I mean. You know, like straight and then go around and then turn north. Stool to change the height. Now that was incorrect because of the orientation of the thing. So does that mean the only other thing that could pull it? I would say the easiest thing would be that, but that was facing the wrong way on the desk. It was facing like left and right down at the room. The only other thing I could think is that. I don't think these need to be in the right order. We're going to try that though. So that's how it is. We were right. Dang, alright. I'll take that. Officers, I know how the killer returned the key. Mr. Shen, then please share your thoughts. The killer used this Morse code paper strip as a rope to place the key in my brother's hand. He inserted one end of the paper strip into the key's chain hole and bent it back in reverse. Used my brother's hand to hold onto the strip. Next, use a candle to change the direction of the strip and keep it down with a low stool. Install the reel onto the phonograph. When the phonograph was activated, it retrieved the paper strip and pulled back the key. The key had resistance when passing through the hand, causing the strip to detach. Then the key stayed in his hand. This is the method the killer used to return the key. Interesting. Since the Morse code paper reel is a component of the telegraph machine, we all instinctively assumed that it could only be installed on the telegraph machine. But in fact, the telegraph machine can't retrieve paper strips. What truly aided the killer in this scheme was the phonograph by the desk. The phonograph can now serve so many uses. Yes, it can. Hold on. That right there. That right there. This nut is the same hexagonal shape as the slot in the center of the paper reel. By fixing the paper reel here, the killer could retrieve the paper strip using the phonograph. The paper reel could truly be installed here. However, if the paper reel was installed here, it can be detached by itself. But we did find it on the ground. I still need to point out to Officer Jones the location that caused the paper reel to detach. The head? So that's going to go along. That goes along the reel as it's playing, and then boom, knocks it off. It is indeed this phonograph's tone arm that caused the paper reel to detach. Officers, please take a look. The phonograph's tone arm continuously shifts to the right during music play. His torn arm pushes the paper reel away and the reel rolled onto the position where it was found. So, the killer's artifice of creating a locked room illusion stands completely exposed. Mr. Shen, that's truly an enlightening deduction. What's your opinion, Sergeant Gaunt? Your speculation does have a certain level of plausibility. Could the police say that? But, there's always a but. Speculation is just speculation. Cracking a case comes down to evidence and facts. My statements are backed by factual evidence. Your speculation does seem to explain some of the phenomena at the scene, but there are still fatal contradictions between it and some crucial facts. What facts? Time. Between 1:40 and 2:30 that afternoon, the cafe downstairs heard uninterrupted phonograph music. If the killer turned on the phonograph to transport the key back to the room, then before 1:40 he must have locked the door and left the scene. According to autopsy, your brother's time of death is estimated to be between 2 and 3. Of course, it can be narrowed down further to 2 o'clock and 2:28 when he was dead when the police arrived. You catch what this implies? Even following your speculation, your brother got stabbed after the killer left the room. Well, that blows the foundation of this reasoning out of the water, doesn't it? Not quite. Is it possible he was attacked before 1:50 with death occurring after 2? You know he died from a weapon piercing the left pulmonary artery, causing sudden cardiac arrest. In other words, he died instantly, right after getting stabbed. The bloodstains at the scene confirm that as well. Could this situation be due to a delayed murder? Since the door was locked first, then the murder, the killer likely employed a method to delay the time of the murder. How can that be possible? The whole string theory. I'm going for the string theory right here. There are no signs of binding or defensive wounds on your brother's body. Would you just stand by and watch the killer set up a killing mechanism? I suspect my brother had lost the ability to move at that time because body was contorted. Poisoning. My brother's autopsy report is the best evidence. Officer Jones mentioned that most contortions are related to paralysis of the back nerves. I suspect the killer used an anesthetic drug on my brother. We suspected this direction early on, but toxicology results came back all negative. Strychnine. Perhaps a substance undetectable with current forensic expertise. Can't confirm or deny that possibility. Before delving into the drug angle, a more pressing question is, if there was no one in the room at the time, how did the weapon pierce the victim's chest? No crossbows or similar devices were found at the scene. Officer Jones, was the dagger vertical to the ground at that time? At that time, the body was in a contorted position, the chest almost parallel to the ground. I do like the X's eyes situation on that figure. It's very classic. The dagger was thrust vertically into his chest. Can be considered as vertical to the ground. Vertical to the ground. And the location where my brother was murdered happened to be directly beneath the skylight. This is likely not a coincidence. Are you suspecting the killer hung the dagger on the skylight? Yes, actually I am. Second thought, the skylight is very high and it's impossible to reach without a ladder. Mrs. Chen's house doesn't have a ladder, no signs of anything being moved at the crime scene. How was the dagger hung up then? Can't have flown there, can it? Officer Jones, you reminded me. This item made me realise how the killer suspended the dagger. Strings. Has to be that one. Has to be. I know I said I was going to leave it after that suggestion. However, we're on a roll. We're just going to roll through this because we're on a roll. Oh wait. That was not it. Okay. Go on, we're going sky thing. I mean, that suspended the dagger, so basically that's probably part of the thing because we found burnt paper ashes. And it's not the strings. The skylight. Okay, no, we're wrong. Lantern. Yes, alright. I knew it was part of it, but where it was in the chain. We got there in the end. Mr. Chen suggesting the photograph along with the dagger took off. He means the lantern in the photo. That idea does have a touch of imagination to... But can a lantern truly carry a dagger and take off? At room temperature, air density is 0.08 pounds per foot cubed, while hot air in the lantern is 0.6 pounds per foot cubed. 35 foot cubed volume lantern, including its own weight, can lift an object weighing up to 9.17 ounces. The dagger weighs 5.6 ounces, requiring only 24 foot cubed of lantern volume to lift it. He pulled all that information out of his backside right there. How does anyone know that information off the top of their head? So, Sergeant Gaunt's calculations are precise and admirable. Never thought Sergeant Gaunt's math skills are so deep and unfathomable. Unbelievable. Just a bit of private hobby, you know. Why wasn't there a lantern found at the crime scene? Because... Right, we're in it now. Again, I don't know if we have orders. But definitely string. And I'm gonna say that. Complete guess. Yes? Alright. I'm glad we didn't have to put them in order. I don't know what the parameters are for it. If I have to put them in the right spots. But it was either that or we don't, you know, if they don't have to be in the right spots, just be on the diagram. I got it. The asbestos mesh serves as the base support for the lantern with stone wax as the heat source. This partially burned piece of old paper should be part of the lampshade. On the lab table, there's a stack of identical large lightweight sheets of paper. I didn't ken the method used to completely burn the lampshade like that. Can't understand. I believe the lampshade must have been brushed with kerosene. When the flame spread, it could burn down the entire sky lantern. No wonder there were paper ashes on your brother's body. The position where the lantern hangs from the ceiling was not controllable. How did the killer ensure that the falling dagger would definitely stab the victim? Besides, about the death time delayed, how did he control the timing of the dagger's descent? There should be another mechanism at the scene composed of a sky lantern and some other items. Right. So... Right. So are we doing... We're limited on this thing. I'm assuming that... And I'm assuming that... And then... Candles. Because there was another one with kerosene on it. Correct? One of the other candles had kerosene on it, which means that when the candle run down, maybe, that it released the rope. Or set fire to the string. The ring at the end of the dagger's handle shows signs of scorching. There are scorch marks on the skylight frame as well. And the location where my brother was murdered happened to be directly beneath the skylight. That's the killer's plan. Go on then, let's hear it. The reason the killer placed my brother right beneath the skylight is because the skylight is concave, feasible to affix the sky lantern to its window frame. Then he tied the kerosene-soaked cotton thread to a candle. After arranging the key, paper and phonograph, he could leave the room and lock the door. Before long, the candle burned down to the cotton thread that suspended the dagger. Finally, the dagger fell vertically, piercing my brother's chest. My brother's death was definitely not a suicide. It's murder. The killer is still at large. Oh, I got a clap. We've got claps from him. For someone without professional training, you are quite impressive. You do have a natural talent for detective work, indeed. However, there's always a however, or a but, this particular dagger tips the scales a mere 190 grams. Falling from the skylight, could it veritably penetrate your brother's heart? Perhaps it behooves us to undertake an experiment. Oh, we're doing an experiment. I'm awfully sorry, Mr. Shen. We've given it out our all, tried every inch which way, but we just can't mimic the scenario you put forth. Ouch. That's a bit of a sting. But those mechanisms, why? I don't care how you're fearing, but fearing we're at a standstill with no breakthroughs in sight. Load screen. Breakthrough! Breakthrough! Hello, Fu. Oh, we're right in. Okay, we're still in. Oh, we were daydreaming that whole thing. Shen, I found the manuscript. I think I just fell asleep. Yes, it's already dawn outside. Mr. Shen, while you were sleeping, I searched through all the shelves and finally found that book. Praise me! Praise me! Suli, quick, bring the book to Mr. Shen. Mr. Shen, it seems that Lope borrowed inspiration from this novel. Death Under the Kaison, written by Sinosura. If not for my grandfather's urgent letter, I would not have returned to his ancestral hall. The old door knocker was covered in mottled rust, just like the stench of lucre and mine uncles. My aunt would boast to everyone about the phonograph her son brought back from studying abroad. It is said to have recordings of famous opera singers she intended to show off in the ceremony. Uncle was killed. He was stabbed to death during the ancestral ceremony. Lantern. Something hanging from it. That's a locked room, and the only key is with him. Besides the body, the 7-star lamp and the singing machine captured everyone's attention. Was my uncle killed by a 7-star lamp, or bewitched by the sound of the machine. I re-examined the scene and indeed it was locked room. The phonograph, now out of tune, seemed eerie. Could it really be the work of spirits? The killer used the sky lantern to lift the murder weapon up to the caisson. The discordant phonograph exposed the fishing line, solving the locked room mystery. But how many times must the tragedy under the caisson repeat, like the cycle of this roller? A piece of paper on the back cover which says eastern end of Guanting Street, Shaobo Town. Shen, how is it? Any discoveries? The locked room, the phonograph, the sky lantern, the Big Dipper. These descriptions are consistent with the scene where my brother was killed. The room in the book lacks a skylight, yet is a roof caisson. Both serve the same purpose. The fishing line was replaced with Morse code paper strip. Compared to Lopez's novel, this manuscript is even closer to the scene of my brother's death. It's as if the author has experienced it personally. Are the other details of the scene also the same? In the novel, the crime took place in a hall, while the London case occurred in a study room. There are other differences in the layout of the two scenes. However, these differences are irrelevant to the case. The only difference in the case is that it's the manner of death. The manner of death? In the book, the victim is killed by a falling dagger while kneeling beneath the caisson. The weapon plunged into his back and his body did not show any signs of contortion. What does this difference mean? I don't know. Mr. Shen, as I listened to your discussion, I suddenly had some ideas. Please share your thoughts. I remember Chernyshevsky once said, art comes from life and goes beyond it. As a writer, I understand how authors often draw inspiration from the reality of their stories. Since the plot of this book bears a striking resemblance to the case you were investigating, I think the author must be someone who knows about the case, right? Alive! Alive! Do the two of you happen to know who Sinosura is? I have never heard of this name. The author only left his pen name and I don't know his real identity either. Does the author have any other works? No, this is the only submission from Sinosura. Is there any other work with similar writing style? Perhaps the author has other pen names. While this book is a clever concept, the writing style is still inexperienced. The author seems more like a novice rather than someone who regularly writes novels. What about the handwriting? I think I've seen some manuscripts with similar handwriting. This is a transcribed copy for archiving and the original has been returned to the author. The address to which the manuscript was returned then should still be available, right? It's been a long time and the publishing house has relocated. These records are no longer available. Perhaps this part of the book can help us find the author. The back cover. It's got like an address. Or semi-address. On the back cover is a piece of paper saying eastern end of Guanting Street, Shaobo Town. And this does look like Pete Cheng's handwriting. Can't you? Do you know about this address? No, but you've reminded me of something. Pete Cheng mentioned she'd found some of the rejected authors' addresses and planned to visit them. Okay. Shen, let's hurry and go visit the address left by Miss Liu. Who knows? Sinosura might just live there. I know it's Sura, but I pronounce that as Sora. Like Sinosaurus, dinosaur. Okay, let's go and have a look. May I borrow this manuscript for now? Of course. If there's anything else I can help with, feel free to ask. Goodbye. Goodbye. Here we are at the east of Guanting Street, Sharbo Town. Let's go in and take a look. Abandoned. Chen, this place seems to have been abandoned for a long time. Could it be that the author Sinasura has already moved away? Judging from its decorations and layout, it is not a residential house but an ancestral hall. Ancestral hall? He wouldn't be living in a hall, would he? Let's find out. Right, so now's the time for us to leave that here. I was going to finish it earlier on, but we were on a roll in that investigation, that observation thing, and I felt we should at least finish that at some point before we moved on. So, big me real quick. So yeah, we are knee deep in trying to solve my brother's murder. We have, I think, all the parts up to now. The only thing we can't, or the only thing we don't have, is how they're guaranteed that the knife would land directly in his chest and kill him outright and not bounce off. So obviously, in theory, it works, but there's no way to guarantee that the knife wasn't just going to bounce off, which would completely defeat the point of the whole locked room murder kind of situation. So we are currently leading or following a trail of the author of the manuscript that we've just read, and hopefully find some evidence that's going to prove how it was done, and then we're going to go from there. I think there's only 5 cases in the game. I think this might be the last case. I might be wrong though. I've never actually looked it up. I don't know why I've got 5 stuck in my head. Possibly because Phoenix Wright only had 5 cases at the in the original Phoenix Wright game. That could be it. That literally could be it. I might be entirely wrong. Basically, as we always do, we're just going to continue on until we run out of game. Basically, until we reach the end credits. And that's what we're going to do with this one. As it is. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, please let me know in the comment section below. If you're new here, feel free to come hang out, come check out some other stuff that we have going on. We would love to have you here. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you again for all support. It is much appreciated. If you want to go above and beyond, you can opt into memberships, the whole membership situation. If you grab a tier 1, you'll get your name up on the wall, just up here. If you grab a tier 2, you get your name up here as well, and you get early access to the videos. So if you're interested in that, great. If not, don't worry about it. As I always say, memberships are optional but never mandatory. Sorry, appreciated but never mandatory. They're optional as well, but that's not what I always say. I'm thirsty, okay? And hungry, to be fair. And my brain's on the fritz. So, after I've just derailed the entire outro, we're just going to continue. Also remember, please be a light in the dark for someone. You never know when a single act or word of kindness can change someone's day or night or life for the better, or in ways that you may never understand or never even know about. So if in doubt, be nice. I love you all from the bottom of my heart, and you all know what's coming. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And as always, just see you on the flip side. Bye bye.